Hey, greetings and welcome to Code Cookie. And today we're going to be looking at classifying images of clouds in the cloud, clouds in the cloud, right? In our cloud and with AutoML vision. And AutoML helps us deal with unstructured data. So in machine learning, we have two types of data. We have structured data and unstructured data. Structured data is like text that we're dealing with, like someone's name, someone's phone number, someone's birthday, right? That's a PII. Definitely want to use a DLP API, Google's DLP API to filter that out. So there's a link into public. Learn about that later. And we have unstructured data, which is referred to as images, videos, music, and paragraphs and so on. And like paragraphs or like newspaper articles and so on. And with AutoML vision, right, with structured data, we saw with the machine learning models, we were able to make a big query that we can define what we want, right? We could say based on the features that we have here, based on how many times a visitor uses the site, how much the user buys on the site, right? What are they going to do concerning their next visit? With unstructured data, we don't have that luxury to define our features. Instead, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and define those features ourselves. Want to go ahead and not define those features themselves. I do apologize about that, but let the machine learning model learn for itself. Very important that the machine learning model learn for itself with AutoML. So this type of machine learning is known as deep vision. So how are we going to go about setting this up is the fun part. That's an overview. So what we need is a storage bucket, AutoML. No BigQuery, no SQL. Let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we want to go ahead and do is just head over to storage, and what we want to go ahead and do is create a storage bucket, and go ahead and create a storage bucket. We're going to name it GCP data certs-VCM. Yeah, I already have it, but let me just make it regional. Want to make it the United States, US Central one as our region. So we go ahead, create that storage bucket. It's super quick, right? Now we have our storage bucket ready to go. So next we want to go ahead and do is we want to go open Cloud Shell, right? We want to go ahead and now we just want to go ahead and set our project so that the Cloud Shell knows which storage bucket, where the storage bucket in what project, and go ahead and take the data from there. We go ahead and set it, and now what we want to do is go ahead and upload our training images to cloud storage. Now for all intents and purposes, I'm going to just go ahead and toss the ready to go storage bucket because this is actually very quick to create, and it's even quicker to create through the command line. So I want to go ahead and do. And the P flag here is just allowing us to make the project. All right, then we want to upload. We want to use this code to upload that code to upload. Right, and then we want to use ls. Then when you're doing this lab on your own, you want to use the ls gsutil ls command so that we can see if copies are being done or something else is going on. Right, but we usually have output in the console from the command just to tell you. Right, and we just go let that go ahead. Actually, it's finished. Right, thing about the console, it kind of throws you off with the output. It doesn't clean itself up properly. That's a UI issue. That's not separate to Google. This happens anything Linux usually. So next thing we want to go ahead and do is we want to get our training data set up, but we need a way for AutoML to receive these images. So right now I have a storage bucket filled with images. As you can see here, right, images of different types of clouds, but there's no way right now for me to meaningfully reference these images inside of AutoML. So we want to go ahead and do what we know is that each of these images have a URL in the storage bucket, what we want to go ahead and do is use this code and make a data.csv so we can get the URL for each image, and AutoML can reference these images properly. The next thing we want to go ahead and do is, after we're done with that, we want to go over to ML Vision, click on Vision. Usually right here, we get AutoML Vision. Want to click on Get Started. Usually you want to check if the API is enabled. So first, we want to go to AutoML, but in that case, you come across a page and it says the API. You want to enable the API before anything. Want to go ahead and click on New Data Set, type the name Clouds, and then give it a single label classification. Go ahead and create the data set like so. We have it here. This actually takes a while, so you want to pause and come back. Once you're actually done, you want to go ahead and you want to select files to import, select the CSV file on cloud storage, go ahead and browse. GCP data search BCM is our bucket or storage bucket, and data CSV is the file, is the references for all these images in here. We go ahead and upload, and it actually takes the images and sets them up as a training data set for our model that is going to be ready to train. So that it will take a while. Once those images are imported, right, we can take a look at some of the images here, right? Cirrus, if you're a meteorologist, you definitely know the difference. I'm just going to go by the labels that these are similar than this, right? I'll take a look at the data, right? You just want to see all your labeled images, unlabeled images, right? We want to label your images, just make it easier for a machine learning model to work with. And after we verify that these clouds are actually in the correct spot, we can go ahead and train. And then what we ask for is you train a new model, keep the cloud hosted, continue, set your node budget to 8 in this case, and then deploy your model 1 hour after training, and then we go ahead and start training. After of which we can, and this training will take a long time. Unstructured data, have a machine look at images without human eyes, right? That is going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot, as you can imagine, or if not, I'm telling you, that's going to take a while. So pause the video and come back once you're ready. Right, once your model has finished training, you're going to have this graph, right? You can look at the full evaluation. That's primarily taking you to the evaluate tab, right? Its confidence, and look at different metrics such as precision, recall, how confused it was, how sure that this was a cumulus cloud. But let's see how well it does. We go ahead and test and use. We're going to upload some images you want to work with. Right, and then upload, and then it's sure that it is a cirrus cloud. Try to upload another image, again, cumulus. And now it's, oh wow, it was a cumulus cloud, but it really thinks it's a cumulonimbus cloud. Let's take a look at our cumulonimbus clouds and see if that is actually the case. So this was supposed to be a cumulus cloud, and it thinks it's a cumulonimbus cloud. Let me take a look to see if they're actually similar. These are cumulonimbus clouds. Let's see a cumulus cloud. Yeah, it looks like it got it wrong. Yeah, it looks like it got it wrong. I think what it was that there was a cloud on top of another cloud and it got thrown off. But you do see how it does look more like a cumulus clouds, like these cumulus clouds have clouds on top of another, and cumulus clouds just look like popcorn sliced in half almost. And this one is like a combination of the two. I do see the cumulus clouds. I do see that they're cumulus clouds because they look like popcorn sliced in half, right? And but that cloud on top of a cloud, and there's no spacing in between for the machine learning model to see, right? It gets thrown off, right? But this is just a basic overview of how we can go about with machine learning model. For this to be effective, we want at least 100 images in here, and this could go from just a couple of minutes to a few hours. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Comments are the most important. I love to speak with my audience. I love to work with my audience. Any assistance that you will need, definitely let me know. I would love to help out. Thank you for watching.